another episode of Super Reaction Bros. I'm Kristen.
I'm Christopher.
And if you want to hear our thoughts on the previous honors show we did for Doctor Who, the classic stuff, be sure to check out
after the video,
somewhere around here. So, on today's episode, though, we're taking a look at the other honors show for Doctor Who Modern, the one we primarily started watching.
Yes.
We actually have more history with this one. So, let's get back into history about Doctor Who, because I'm kind of sad we didn't get to the history before. At most for me, I didn't know much about Doctor Who before you told me. I knew they made a Tom Baker reference in an episode of Simpsons once.
Yeah.
And that was it. I didn't know anything besides that. I thought Tom Baker was a doctor for all time. Yeah. All time. I didn't know much else.
Yeah, I dive more into depth with it than he does. I mean, he enjoys the show just like me, but I dive deeper into not only the history behind it, but also just the references they make. But
we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the modern version,
the newer version,
because that's the one you originally got into.
That was the one that really got both of us into it.
For those who don't know, let us know, how did you discover Doctor Who? Well, Doctor Who in general.
How did I discover?
Because you're the reason I started watching Doctor Who.
I think it's because when I started hearing more about it, when I started hearing people watch it and this excitement, I was like, huh, sounds interesting. You know, I looked it up and looked at like the history behind it. I was like, I wouldn't mind checking this out. That's when I really got into it, because of this the reaction it got pretty much from when they brought it back with Christopher Eccleston. Just a pop it got pretty much. I didn't watch it when it first actually premiered. But I watched it pretty much like after that Doctor pretty much came out. After he completed his run, that's when I started watching it.
I started watching around halfway. I started catching fully about halfway through Tennant's run. Back when there was the Stage 6 DivX video channel that had all of them, and this was back when there wasn't a lot of people who had video copyright, so you can really watch pretty much anything off the internet for free.
Oh yeah.
So like depending on which website you
went to,
yeah. You can still kind of do that nowadays, but more ads. But I enjoyed it. It was fun. I got into it. Now, I wouldn't call myself a full-on fan. Like, I'm not, like, you call us Whovians. I wouldn't consider myself a Whovian. I really do enjoy the show, but I don't think I'm at the Whovian level. You're probably more, because you've actually sat down and watched that entire classic marathon.
Yeah, I watched that for Twitch. I didn't watch every single episode, but I watched enough to understand, you know, the people who really pretty much are like full Whovian pretty much, you know, just know every little thing. It's like, and I understand, you know, the fandom behind it. This is unique stories they came up with back in the day, and now the stories they're telling in the modern versions are just as amazing, you know, are just fantastic. You don't have, you know, yeah, you're gonna have those stories that just aren't great, but they're still worthy enough to say it was good.
And of course, before we get started, we also like to bring up, because since we're doing Modern Who anyway, we also like to bring up that we were going to be doing exclusive review bits on our Stardust channel
for each episode of the newer Doctor Who.
We decided we're going to start doing review bits for the new season of Doctor Who.
Yes.
We already saw the first episode. By the time this is up, you will have 2 reviews up for episodes 1 and episode 2 of the new season.
Yes.
What was it? I was going to say. Of course, you can reach Stardust app. Very useful. It's pretty much a great place to go for reactions on trailers, movies, television shows, all that stuff.
Trying to expand more with our channel. Sorry.
Just quick, like, 30, you know, that's why we didn't bring up in our 3rd anniversary video was the Stardust channel. Yeah. But it's quick 30 seconds for each one. Yeah. So quick.
We're trying to push more on movies, especially with me, because I do tend to watch a little bit more movies than he does, especially whenever I'm at home with my wife. So we do tend to watch. I try to push it because I know he does a lot with the wrestling, pretty much, and still does the movies as well every now and then, but more with the wrestling.
But mainly, for this episode about Doctor Who, we're going to focus on Doctor Who. So basically, that's going to be exclusive to our Stardust app. So if you want to check out our quick thoughts about the episode, just go over there. By this point, like I said, we should have at least our thoughts on the first 2 episodes up.
Yeah, definitely follow us. Pretty much, please follow us first before anybody else. But anyways,
at Super React Bros.
Yes, so I'll have the link down below, or just you'll find it. But let's just get to it. We're talking too much. Let's dive into this for honest trailers. Doctor Who the modern ones. So here we go.
From Fancy PBS comes a show that takes place anywhere in the universe, at any time in the past, present, or future, where anything can happen, and none of the continuity matters.
Never, ever tell me the rules!
Doctor Who. Get ready for a continuation of the original series that picks up after 16 years off the air, because all the British nerds who grew up with classic Who finally got old enough to call the shots of the BBC.
Yeah.
Now they're taking the stodgy
Pretty showrunners.
and stretching it to an hour of quirky comedy.
I demand to know who you are! I don't know!
No!
Moved to special effects
God.
and enough soap opera pulp to choke a telenovela.
Oh yeah.
You need a doctor.
¿Por qué, Dr. Quién?
Again,
He's a doctor. He's not an actual doctor, but an alien who named himself that as a vow.
The name I chose is the Doctor. It's like a promise you make.
Even though the word doctor was created to describe him?
The word for healer and wise man. We get that word from you, you know.
Yeah, that's not the first paradox you're gonna have to swallow.
Paradox.
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 Yeah, that was.
Man, take a shot.
Paradox.
To fans, he's a two-hearted Time Lord who hijacked a faulty TARDIS from the planet Gallifrey, who's sometimes kind of a dick.
Funny little human brains. How do you get around in those things?
But to casual viewers, he's a funny man with a time machine who takes ladies on adventures, who's also kind of a dick.
It's okay, I understand. You're an idiot.
One dash through time.
Well, I was
equipped with a
Capaldi
sonic
for most
screwdriver and psychic paper. Two devices with the power to speed up the plot.
He's dead.
And the TARDIS,
What does it do?
Everything.
a time machine with the power to break when the plot needs to slow down.
Stuck.
Maybe it'd break less if he didn't keep exploding inside of it.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's just a thought. Watch the spatial justice warrior travel all around the known universe, from the streets of London to working-class British mining towns to the quaintest little English villages.
They're just old people.
No, they're very old people.
But when the budget allows, he'll fly off to the far reaches of the CGI universe,
It's
where
true.
everything is still extremely British.
Starship UK is Britain, but metal.
Yes, the sun never sets on the British Empire. Or suns. All the suns.
God save the Queen!
Oh, that
By his
episode.
side, as always, is his trusty companion, usually a cute girl, because ratings, who after a few seasons of adventure, usually has her life ruined.
They ended up imprisoned. They were tortured. My mum, my dad, my sister.
Okay, that was good reason for her.
Yeah.
That was a good reason for her.
If she's lucky,
Oh, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
don't remind me.
she'll follow along to keep the doctor grounded, give him someone to talk to, and
I love that.
with the
It's
funny but not always
me.
love interest. No, they're basically dating without the sex, except for Nardal. That one was purely physical.
Yeah.
Just sexy.
Experiential franchise that's been running for so long, they built 13 recastings of the main character into the lore, then hit that limit and pulled even more out of a crack.
Gave
As
him more.
each
That's
actor
when you
brings
got
a new
more.
spin to the alien who's seen the stars, but looks like he's never seen the sun. Whether it's Eccleston, the only doctor of the modern era to regenerate due to creative differences with the BBC.
Yeah.
Yep.
David Tennant, the unquestioned master of staring sadly into the middle distance.
He does! He kind of does! He's really good at that. That's a gif. That one's a gif right there.
Matt Smith, who combined the face of a handsome 12-year-old with the weighty arms of an inflatable tube man. Peter Capaldi, who reimagined the Doctor as your uncle who never got married and moved to Vegas in his 40s.
It's true.
Down with the kids, editor, notice?
Or Jodie Whittaker, the first female Doctor, which, no matter how she performs, is one of the least outrageous things this ridiculous show has ever done.
I'm riding a dinosaur! A spaceship!
But an all-powerful hero demands all-powerful villains to go up against.
Oh, yeah.
And the Doctor has...
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Because in plenty of episodes, it's a lame monster of the week.
Invasion of the very small cubes.
Or something invisible to save on the effects budget.
Yeah.
Or something we've seen a million times before. But an alien. Ooh.
They're not vampires. They're aliens.
What is it? A minotaur or an alien?
Both.
You saying bees are aliens?
Not all. Still, some evildoers are
That
among the best
one.
in
I still
sci-fi,
love him.
The Dream
like the
Doctor.
Cybermen. emotionless robots who can only be defeated by feelings.
By feeling.
up with love.
The Master, a renegade Time Lord who considers themselves the Doctor's arch nemesis, but is in the middle of this list, so you do the math.
Thanks for trying.
The Weeping Angels, killer stone statues who get less threatening with every appearance until they're about as scary as Ghostbusters 2. The Doctor's greatest rival, Christmas.
Oh yeah, Christmas. The Christmas specials.
And the Doctor's other greatest rival, the Daleks. Fleshy blobs stuffed into cramped metal homes who spend their entire life shouting commands at people they hate. So, internet commenters?
Oh.
Follow along on the series spanning arcs that will delight fans and confuse newcomers, like the seasons where the world keeps ending. But just kidding, he can reverse the planet's rotation like Superman.
Planet Earth restored.
The seasons where the Doctor falls in love with his companion, only to lose her for all eternity. Just kidding. He'll make a copy of himself and they'll live happily ever
Oh
after.
yes.
The seasons where the Doctor copes with the inevitability of his own death.
I'm dying.
J.K. Rowling. He'll live as long as the show needs him to.
Well, I suppose one more lifetime won't kill anyone.
Or the seasons where he's haunted by the knowledge that he's triggered the genocide of his own people.
Look up
Or-
to the side. You see a little picture of me there?
Or maybe he's just kidding and he actually saved everyone but doesn't remember it.
You're not actually suggesting that we change our own personal history.
Sure, that'll work. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, whatever.
Yes.
So run down your nearest hallway.
There's always
Oh, the
somewhere to
hallway
run.
scene.
There's always somewhere to run.
Pull a plan out of your arse.
But I've got a plan.
I've got a plan.
Yeah, of course I have a plan.
And start spouting technobabble like the universe depends on it.
Wave of Van Cassadine energy.
Macro transmission of a K-filter wavelength sticks it into a living receptacle and then it feeds off the remaining Artrin energy.
So one of my
Because
favorite
we're about to get
episodes.
some of the greatest standalone episodes in sci-fi history, with a bunch of momentum-killing serialization crammed in to service the diehards. But after all is said and done, let's still try to be more like the Doctor. Never cruel or cowardly.
I like
Never
that.
be cruel, never be cowardly.
Just enjoy the ride and let who do who.
Yeah.
Go, fo, to, to.
No, bo, ho, so, to, ro, to, so. Porque doesn't go for Joe.
Jeez, you make it hard to love you sometimes. Sorry. The Leftover.
Oh.
Bad wolf.
What you gonna do?
Scary Poppins. Show me your bow face.
Oh,
The
yeah.
appearance of the repeated meme.
Save Martha.
Why did you say that?
Harry
Just
and Ron
a-
at the same time. Well, Angry Man. I want a girl with a George skirt and a long jacket. The Mrs. Frizzle.
Hell yeah.
Nudes. Just kind of thereof. We Billy Knew Ye.
Yeah, sure.
Master of none. Spin Doctors. The Great Glass Doctor Vader. That time Rose was on Weakest Link.
You are the weakest link.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Oh my god, they killed Rory! You bastards!
Stop it, you'll die.
Yeah, twice.
I'm sorry, Rory, but you just died.
The gravestone here for someone with the same name as me.
That thing Tennant's
They-
voice does.
Yeah, why don't I keep going? Any chance for a cup of tea?
Yes.
I love that he does that.
Every British actor. Harry Potter division.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
All of them they've ever
Yep.
been.
Yep.
Every British actor. Game of Thrones division.
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
Wow.
Every British actor. Game of
Thrones
Thrones.
And Harry Potter division. The ones that have been in both.
Okay.
Every other
British
British
Actor.
Every British historical figure.
Winston Churchill, how are you?
Oh, hello, dear. What's up?
Queen Elizabeth I. Charles
That's
Queen Victoria.
Agatha Christie. Not William Shakespeare.
Extremely long vigils.
I will guard this body for 1,000 years.
36 years, 3 months, 4 days of solitary confinement.
That was good.
years I waited for you, and you did it to me again.
Hello? 4.5 billion years.
And Doctor Who?
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who?
The
Doctor
classic.
Who? Doctor Who?
Doctor Who?
Doctor Who?
Doctor Who?
Doctor Who? Doctor
Oh, Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Days of Our Lives. A few.
Pizza Fast.
Phew, that was a lot of Who to get through. That wasn't so bad. Now let's see what that classic series is all about.
The Great One is all-knowing.
Spoilers.
Praise to the Great One.
Oh, new timeline! New timeline!
New timeline! New timeline!
Doctor all began? Then click above to see our trailer for classic Doctor Who, spanning decades of television that happened before the reboot. Grab a jelly baby.
So they dropped the model one first, and then they did the classic.
It's a fez. I wear a fez now.
Fezzes are cool.
It's more like a big ball of
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
It's not wrong.
We did it out of order, but we did it in our own specific order because they did the modern first, and then they released the classic.
But honestly, he's not wrong about a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of time paradox.
There's time stuff in there.
Association.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that is really confusing to newcomers of the series and things like that. But after a while, you get used to it, and you just really, like I said, and you just enjoy the ride.
Yeah, you enjoy the ride, enjoy what it's given to you.
Because if you start really thinking about it, your head's gonna explode.
Yeah, don't think about it too hard.
Yeah, and yeah, that David Tennant meme of him staring
in
the ring. Yeah, no, but like I said, he's not wrong. I mean,
well, from the modern, since I watched more of like the classic and the modern. For the modern, which one do you have like a doctor that you really liked?
I already told you it's Tennant. I've told you.
I'm sorry. I'm just asking because
I've told you to infinity.
I'm sorry. It's been a while since we last said it.
Tennant's my favorite.
He's still my favorite too. He's still my favorite.
Tennant's my favorite. I think my two favorite episodes are The Doctor's Wife and Blink.
Yeah, those are the two favorite episodes.
Those are my two favorite episodes.
Overall, that's what we mean.
And Doctor's Wife was one of the first ones written by Neil Gaiman, who's one of the co-creators of Sandman.
Yeah.
And that was a really good episode. Blink was ironically good and didn't have a whole lot of the Doctor in it.
Yeah.
But that really.
But like I remember one person stated going, even if you don't watch Doctor Who, it's still a fun episode to watch because it's like you're not really technically following the Doctor. He's just a side character in this one.
Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of other episodes, but I can't just remember them off the top of my head. There's some stuff I'm not happy about, like him never going back to save Rory and Amy.
Poor Rory's been through so much crap.
I hate the reason. His reason is kind of weak as to why he didn't go back to a specific time to take them, and just like. And yet, like they show, he'll be willing to change his own timeline to save Gallifrey. It's like that's literally, I don't have to say anything. It's just those hand motions.
Explains it.
But I think in the long run, I still really enjoy the series overall. And
can't wait to see what these new adventures with the new Doctor, with the female Doctor so far, pretty much. And can't wait to see what they're gonna do with her story. The type of Doctor she's gonna bring. I already love. Again, I always love the trench coat look, and I love her new look that they have for her in this. So it's a little bit of the old with a bit of the new. So I like it. So
other than that, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk some more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about honest trailers, hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon as well.
Let us know what you guys thought of this honest trailer for the modern. I mean, did it literally nail a lot of the stuff that you probably didn't realize, or you realized and was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, that is so freaking true. Any favorite episodes, favorite Doctor and why, or anything like that? Everybody has reasons why they may like this Doctor over another Doctor, but let us know in the comments below. Again, our favorite still overall, it was kind of because it was like introduction for us of like a full-on Doctor. It's still David Tennant.
Well, he wasn't my introduction. He's just my favorite Doctor.
Well, what I'm saying is pretty much compared to Christopher Eccleston, here with David Tennant, we got more, since he was more than just one season. It was like we got more of who his Doctor was, and like I said, that's for me. It was like a full introduction of Doctor Who. But let us know in the comments below. Put down what you thought of our reaction overall to this honest trailers. But most importantly, we thank you for watching.
So until next time, I'm Kristen.
I'm Christopher.
And this has been a very modern Who-filled episode of SRB.
See ya
Later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out our previous reactions,
as well as our other shows,
click the playlist down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
you can check us out on Twitter,
as well as Stardust,
@SuperReactBros.